is equal to minus 2 1 1. This is the third eigenvector. Thus we have total 3 linearly independent eigenvectors. First one is v1 is equal to minus 1 0 1, v2 is equal to 0 1 0, and v3 is equal to minus 2 1 1 of A. So we have total 3 linearly independent eigenvectors, therefore the matrix is surely diagonalizable. So let us diagonalize the matrix A by using the model matrix P. How the model matrix P is formed? So the model matrix P is formed by using the eigenvectors of A as the columns. So by placing v1 v2 v3 in this order, the columns of matrix P, we have the matrix P of order 3 minus 1 0 minus 2 0 1 1 and 1 0 1. This matrix P diagonalizes the matrix A. This is called model matrix for A, and surely this matrix is guaranteedly invertible. So let us find out the inverse of this matrix. So for finding the inverse we have several methods. Either you can find the inverse of this matrix by the adjoint method, that is the inverse of this matrix is adjoint of A upon determinant of A, or you can find the inverse of this matrix by elementary row operations. So put the matrix P and the identity matrix I side by side, and then keep applying the elementary operations on both of the matrix at the same time, same operation, to convert the matrix P into its reduced row echelon form, that is the identity matrix. When your matrix is converted into or reduced into identity matrix, the alongside identity matrix gets converted into the inverse of the matrix P. So by the elementary transformations also you can easily find the inverse. So here P inverse is given by 1 0 2 1 1 1 and minus 1 0 1. Therefore the similarity transformations P inverse AP will give you the diagonal matrix similar to A. So here by putting the side by side matrix P inverse A and P, and then by multiplying 1 by 1, we know the matrix multiplication. So by multiplying the matrices 1 by 1, we get the matrix 2 0 0 and 0 2 0 0 0 1. So again observe here that all the eigenvalues are placed on the diagonal of the matrix. As the same way we have arranged the eigenvectors in the model vector v1 v2 and v3. If you shuffle the eigenvectors in the model matrix P, accordingly you will get here the diagonal matrix. But the thing is, the diagonal entries of the diagonal matrix, resultant diagonal matrix, are always eigenvalues of the matrix. So many times in applications it is not required to find out the model matrix. We are just interested in the diagonal matrix, similar diagonal matrix of A. So what we will do is, as a shortcut, we just find out the eigenvalues, but we have to be sure that if all the eigenvalues are distinct, then the similar diagonal matrix is the diagonal matrix whose eigenvalues are whose diagonal entries are eigenvalues. That is your resultant diagonal matrix. You can directly use, but we have to make sure that the matrix is diagonalizable. That is, in the case of repeated eigenvalues, we have to check the algebraic and geometric multiplicity. If all the eigenvalues have the same algebraic and geometric multiplicity, then directly you can write the diagonal matrix. But the case when you required only the diagonal matrix, no requirement of model matrix, in that case directly you can write down the diagonal matrix. Now as we have noted down, that is the third case. As I told you that not all the matrices are diagonalizable. How all the matrices are not diagonalizable? Just because of lack of enough linearly independent eigenvectors. That is, the matrix, if the matrix has no n linearly independent eigenvectors, that is less than n linearly independent eigenvectors, in that case matrix is not diagonalizable. Let us see an example of such. Consider the matrix A, 3 by 3 matrix. First row is 1 0 0, second row is 1 2 0, and the third row is minus 3 5 2. So let us first find out the eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So here observe that in fact you can easily find out the eigenvalues. What are the eigenvalues? Because the matrix is triangular matrix, lower triangular matrix, the eigenvalues of such matrix are the entries on the main diagonal. So here eigenvalues are 1, 2 and 2, or by the method you can find out the eigenvalues. By the same both way you will get the same eigenvalues, but it is easy to, here it is advisable to use the result that eigenvalues of the triangular matrix are the entries on the main diagonal. So by looking at the matrix you can get to know that the 1, 2 and 2 are eigenvalues of the matrix. Now by finding the eigenvalues we will find out the eigenvectors. So again, in order to find out the eigenvector we need to solve the homogeneous system for the non-trivial solution for each lambda. So let us solve the homogeneous system for each lambda, that is for lambda is equal to 1. So let us again find out the eigenvectors here. The eigenvectors are here for lambda is equal to 1, we solve the system, then we will have the following system. The system is 1 minus 1, that is 0, 0, 0, this is 1, 2 minus 1 is 1 and 0, the third row is minus 3, 5 and 2 minus 1 is 1, x1, x2, x3 is equal to 0, 0, 0. We want to solve this system for non-trivial solution in order to find the eigenvectors of the eigenvalue lambda is equal to 1. So let us find out the row echelon form of the coefficient matrix, that is similar matrices. So what we will do is we first interchange the rows, that is let me put this row first, that is 1, 1, 0 is the first row, second. So we shuffle the rows and we arrange this thing minus 3, 5, 1, 0, 0, 0, and then by applying the elementary row operations, and then by adding the 3 times first row to the second row we have 1, 0, 0, this is 0, and the operation is R2 is replaced by R2 plus 3 times R1. This is the operations we are carried out. So this is R2 is minus 3 plus 0, and this is 5 plus 3, that is 8, this is 1 plus 0 is 1 and 0, 0, 0. So we solve, and this is row echelon form, right? So we solve the system for this matrix, and the solutions of both the matrices are, both the systems are same. So we consider the corresponding system equations, that is x1 plus x2 is equal to 0, then 8x2 plus x3 is equal to 0, and there is no pivot in the third column, therefore x3 is free variable. Say x3 is equal to k, where k is some non-zero real number. Therefore we have this vector x1, x2, x3. What is that vector? So what is the information from here? We have x1 is same as minus x2, then x2 is equal to minus x3 by 8 and x3 is equal to k. So by putting x3 is equal to k, here we have k, so this is minus 1 by 8 k, and again this is 1 by 8 k. So we have this one k 1 over 8 minus 1 over 8 and 1. This is the linearly independent eigenvectors corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda is equal to 1. So if you choose k is equal to 8, then the linearly independent eigenvectors which we are taking into consideration is, by putting k is equal to 8 we have, this is 1 minus 1 and 8. So we take this is the eigenvector v1. Similarly we will find out the eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda is equal to 2, and for eigenvalue lambda is equal to 2 we need to solve the system. That is, for lambda is equal to 2 we solve this system. The system is, that is 1 minus 2 is minus 1 0 0, then 1, 2 minus 2 is 0 and 0, then minus 3 5, 2 minus 2 is 0. So, and x1 x2 x3, here the vector x is equal to the 0 matrix. So we find out the corresponding matrix. So we first add the minus 1 0 0. On adding these two, this is 0 0 0, and the second operation we will do is r3 plus minus 3 times r1. By doing this we get 0. R3 is 5, R3 is 5 minus 3 times r1 is 0, so that we have 5 and 0, and this is the row echelon form. Just by interchanging the rows, the rows are minus 1 0 0 0 5 0 and 0 0 0. So this will give you the equations. The equations are, what are those equations? Minus x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 0, and x3 is equal to free variable. So this combines gives you the vector 0 0 k. These are the eigenvectors for non-zero value k. Therefore the vector is, specific vector is 0 0 1 by putting k is equal to 1. So that ultimately we have the basis for eigenspaces are lambda is equal to 1. We have only one linearly independent eigenvector, that is okay because it is only simple eigenvalue. But for lambda is equal to 2, the eigenvalue is getting repeated 2 times. That is, the algebraic multiplicity of this lambda is equal to 2 is 2, but the dimension of eigenspace is 1. That is, the geometric multiplicity is only 1. Therefore we have total 2 linearly independent eigenvectors which are less than the eigenvalues corresponding to, that is, which are less eigenvectors. Therefore we have only 2 linearly independent eigenvectors, and hence the matrix is not diagonalizable. So this is the case where the matrices are not diagonalizable. So whenever you have the fewer eigenvectors than the order of the matrix, then the matrix is not diagonalizable. And now briefly I wanted to discuss lastly the applications of diagonalization. That is, in many times in the engineering applications one need to compute the higher powers of matrices, like the matrix A is given, then a to the power 50 or a to the power 1000 and so on, and that is not the easy task. But by means of diagonalization one can easily compute the higher powers of the matrices, but just by the simple matrix multiplication 2 or 3 times. So what is the applications? So this is the procedure for computing higher powers. Matrix A is given, matrix A is diagonalizable, then the matrix, there exists the matrix P such that the matrix D is equal to P inverse AP, where D is the diagonal matrix. Now by multiplying, so observe that when you find the power D squared, so D squared is equal to P inverse AP whole square, so that when you expand that, the ultimately you will get D squared is equal to P inverse A squared P. Similarly you can observe that D to the any positive power k is same as P inverse A to the power k P, and therefore we have this relation for A to the power k and D to the power k, that A to the positive power k is given by P into D to the power k into P inverse. So in order to find the higher power of A to the power k, one need the powers of D to the power k, and D is diagonal matrix, so it is easy to compute the powers of diagonal matrix. The powers of diagonal matrix are what? Just find raise the powers of the diagonal entries, and rest of the entries are 0. That is, the any power of the diagonal matrix is again a diagonal matrix, so the d to the power k is given by that much power to the diagonal entries, so that you can easily compute the powers. So let us see an example quickly. This is the matrix is given, we want to diagonalize and hence to find a to the power 10. So the matrix is given, which is lower triangular matrix, so the eigenvalues are just diagonal entries, so we have total 2 eigenvalues, 1 and 2. Now for this eigenvalues 1 and 2, we will find out the eigenvectors. So the eigenvectors are, for lambda is equal to 1, when you solve this system you will get x1 and x2 are same, so all the vectors whose both of the components are same are eigenvectors, so you can take 1 1 is the eigenvector. Similarly for 2, when you solve the system you will get first component 0 and second component is any non-zero number, therefore 0 1 is the eigenvector for lambda is equal to 2. So the model matrix is 1 0 0 1, that is the first vector v1 and v2 as the columns. Find out the p inverse, and finally when we find the product we get the diagonal matrix D, and then a to the power 10 is equal to p d to the power 10 p inverse. So simply the d to the power 10 is the diagonal raised to 10, so that by finding this product you can easily compute the higher powers of the matrices. This is what we wanted to discuss in this lecture. Thank you.